And boom! We are off with another Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Alan Snyder, here with my boy, Zach. Overalls and no shirt, Elias. What's up, Zach?
Tried to do the Bond villain with the cat thing, call back to last week, or any, villain, but no, she wasn't having it.
Yeah, I know. We could hear it all over the opening. It's totally fine, though. That's what we do. We have all of 0 listeners right now, so it doesn't matter.
We got listeners. Listeners going on. Plural. Or maybe listener. Jenna's buddy, Lauren, said she was going to be tuning in, so if she is, she's not. Shout out. She quoted us at brunch on Saturday, and I was stunned that she was actually downloading.
What did she say? Potent
I
potables?
don't remember. Something like that. She said, I don't know what she said. She had a line. No, it wasn't old like Jesus End Table. It was one of the newer episodes. I still don't remember how she said.
You peaked in your first episode, Zach.
I did. I've many times I've heard.
Episode 78.
All downhill.
Download, rate, review, subscribe. We're going today with something, a little topic I want to call, would you rather be feared or loved? And we're going to tie that in to the whole episode of the news that happened this week, because there's a lot of good things we can talk about. Before we do that, Zach, what are you drinking?
I've still got my Rolling Rocks. I'm going to be drinking these for a while. I love Rolling Rock. I should go buy a ton of them because they're good. They go down smooth. What do you got?
I am drinking a beer called Eastern Shore Brewing Situation Critical. You asked for it. You got it.
Situation? Oh.
You haven't seen a Maryland flag in a long time. It's an IPA.
A Maryland what?
Flag.
Oh, I nevertheless.
That was good. Just a Maryland cigarette for you. 7% ABV.
You can't say that. That's gonna be where Little I Die on get canceled.
Cheers. Release the Kraken.
Cancellation Hill.
There we go. There you go, Craigie. Just for you, buddy.
Wait, which one of us is handsome, Julia? Because we both apparently got haircuts, though I didn't notice his.
You know what? I think that's terrible. So we sign on, we all have like 5 minutes before the show, and I immediately say, hey, Zach, nice haircut. And he goes, yeah, it is nice. He starts talking about how great he is, and I went, he goes, you got something in your throat? I'm like, and he goes, what? What's going on?
I'm the worst at noticing people get haircuts. Like, my wife will have one for like a couple of days, and she'll be making the head turn and like zhuzhing her hair and getting a fan on her to blow her. I have no idea that she got a haircut.
Here's my explanation with that. No, my explanation is that it's a percentage thing. When you and I get a haircut, it's easily 25%, maybe more for me. When a woman gets their haircut, it's usually, less than a tenth? Maybe even more?
I don't know how accurate any of these things are. But sure.
It's pro science. Just go with it.
Yeah, 75% of all statistics are made up.
I also shaved just for you.
I shaved this morning. Right before this. 5 o'clock shadow at noon. No.
So for today's episode, you hit me up earlier today and you were like, what are we even talking about today? You're just going to make fun of me for the Knicks? And I immediately said, wait. I'm a Knicks fan. And you're like,
yeah, but it's your fourth sport like after hockey. That doesn't count. Okay,
for starters, I played collegiate level hockey. I'll take it. With Craig Stone on the podcast. Hockey is very, very high up for me. That being said, it is my 5th sport. Because UFC is definitely higher than basketball and
exactly.
Hockey. So
yeah.
I do care about the Knicks, but I always tell people like this. They are my basketball team. I didn't really love the Wizards. I came to New York and
what a Bullets guy back in the day. That's been canceled.
It just didn't do anything for me, but they weren't canceled. They changed and they changed colors.
Because it was canceled because you can't see a little gunny.
The Ravens were going to be called the Bombers. It was not canceled at all.
It was canceled, and then Gilbert Arenas of the Wizards brought guns in the locker room. So these things happen.
Agent Zero.
These things do come full circle.
Yeah, collegiate level roller hockey, that's what I played. But I always say it like this for the Knicks. I am a Knicks fan. I root for the Knicks. I watch the Knicks. If they lost a buzzer beater, Game 7, I sleep like a baby. I don't care. I think I've told you this before.
I was pretty pissy because he might as well put me in. I had 0 points, and I'd get burned by Trae Young, too. So I'm just as useful as Ntilikina.
So we're going to talk about Trae Young because he hit that buzzer beater, and then did you see what he was yelling to the whole crowd after? Go ahead, paraphrase it.
He's just yapping, shut up.
He said, real fucking quiet right now.
Yeah.
Which was great because those seats were going for, $800-900 a pop.
More than that, thousands for those seats.
But in the front ones, but the upstairs.
Yeah, okay.
It was $800-900. And I saw one of my buddies sent me a whole thing and it goes, can you imagine yelling fuck Trae Young and then going back to this shit New York apartment? It was a post on Instagram. It was very, very good. But That being said, did you see De Blasio also put out something today that was?
Yeah, isn't he a Boston fan anyway? He's a poser.
Oh, it was
Insufferable.
I
I don't
mean,
know who I'm voting for mayor. This is the weakest field in the world. I should run for mayor. After listening last week, I've got a pretty clean slate. A few, dings in the state of Pennsylvania, but no biggie. I could run for mayor. There's nothing on me.
You've already called me a Maryland flag this whole podcast.
It was implied. Yeah, why not me? I'm just as qualified as any of those other guys, that Jew-faced Scott Stringer and the rest of them.
The Jew-face, I love it. You're already canceled. So
I should run for mayor. I got great policies for days.
So this
cops off their phones.
Why? At least we're not choking people 1 year later.
That solves crime. No, it doesn't.
Terrible, Zach. So Trae Young.
Yes, go on.
Clearly playing the villain, which New Yorkers are going to hate him for all of 5 minutes, and in some way he gets traded to the Knicks. They're going to suck him off like they do for everybody else.
They would have sucked off Miller, too. We would have loved him, but he was the worst. Ugh.
Right. So, Zach, would you rather be feared or loved?
Oh, I thought this was going to be who would you rather suck off, Miller or Trae Young?
Go on. All right, first question.
I mean, Trae Young's shorter, so it's probably easier to...
His hair is not okay.
No, he got to be on the pill soon, or be getting the plugs. He's got some money.
He looks like he's a 7-year-old crackhead on the whole 25th.
He's going to be bald in like 2 weeks.
I don't know.
That's looking very fine. Trust me, I know. And you do too. Would I rather be feared or loved?
Yeah, because Trae Young is playing the villain, which, Michael Jordan killed the Knicks, but he didn't go off like that ever. Miller did.
It's not even so feared or loved. It's just my hated or loved.
You know what? Go with it. It's either or. Would you rather be loved by a crowd, which clearly you're not going to be on the road, but you don't have to take it to dickhead levels like he did.
Yeah, I'd probably take it to dickhead levels. On the road, absolutely. If I hit a shot like that, it depends where on the road, too. In New York is a pretty good one to be hated by. No one cares if you're hated in, like, Memphis or Charlotte. What does that do for you? But if you're going to go off, you might as well do it in New York or L.A. Or,
he got his money's worth. I agree.
In for a dime, in for a dollar, exactly. But would I rather be? I would love to be loved in general. Like I had this discussion a while back, about work. As a type of boss, would you rather be someone who's feared by their employees or loved? And absolutely loved. I want my employees to build statues of me, like Lenin and Stalin.
A 5'2" statue, it wouldn't cost that much.
It wouldn't cost much, but I want Carrera marble. I want it nice. I want my ass to shine. But as an athlete, obviously, I'd want to be feared. I'd want to be like Randy Johnson. It'd be terrifying. But whatever, is it the asshole status? Maybe. I'd want to say I wouldn't. I want to say I backed like I've been there before, classy. But I know me. I would probably be a loudmouth if I can. The next thing is Trae Young's got to back it up now all the time.
He's fantastic. He's fantastic.
He's young. Reggie Miller did it, and he backed it up for the next 10 years. But if he doesn't, and the Knicks end up owning them for the better part of his career, he's going to have to hear it. And it's going to be, oh, yeah, if you're going to do it, you got to keep up that level of intensity. You can't just do it once. That's who you are now.
It's on a big stage. I get that with the NBA playoffs. I mean, he's really going out there and saying a lot. But look, getting back to me as a collegiate level hockey player.
Yes, how were you? Were you a class act?
I was better than most, not as good as some. It was one of those, I was always like Mr. Jokester with the other team. I'd say good save, good whatever. But then if somebody was an asshole, then it was like, oh, I'm gonna put you face first into the boards. For me personally, I don't know the biggest crowd I ever played for. Probably not more than 50 to 100 people. And usually it was just other teams waiting for a game type of thing.
100 people came to see the roller hockey? It was all your moms?
Friends, family, boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever it was.
Your boyfriend came to see you roller skate? Pretty good.
I'm trying to be inclusive here, Zach.
Ish.
I'll just tell you that, 1, when I'm playing, can't hear anything. 2, I have made crowds erupt, and I have made crowds quiet. And the feeling when you go from people screaming to drop a pin is 10 times better. It is just like, what did I just do? I did that. Oh, okay. Way better than the initial, let's fucking go. Woo!
Yeah, but you then, once you make them drop a pin, you say you act like you've been there before. You play it cool, as opposed to giving him the choke or the...
Oh, I'm not putting a stick between my legs and doing the donkey dance like Happy Gilmore.
You're not riding the bull?
I'm feeling the flow. For me,
I'm playing a charity golf outing next Friday. If I do anything good, I'm doing the bull dance.
I just know for me that I personally like that. And I want to segue to a listener question that we had.
Ooh.
Because this kind of goes with that. Now, in baseball, there's been at least 2 incidents in the last week or so where a team has been destroying another team, and the batter goes up to the plate. You heard about this with the White Sox first, right? The guy, it was a position player who hit a 3-0 softball. I think it was like a 50-mile-an-hour pitch, destroyed it.
Yeah, I think LaRussa was 100% right.
Okay, so for people who don't know, he destroys the ball, and then the next game, I think, they just drill him, and his own manager comes out and is like, yeah, that's baseball. That's how you do it. The other one...
He yelled at him. He should know, the batter should know better.
Know better. Okay,
yeah.
So then
that was dissension in the ranks. The team was a bunch of snowflakes and millennials don't like their manager who's got rings, plural.
So I'm with Craig. Get your stats. The other thing that happened, which I guess it didn't make that big a news, is my boy Acuna, who I drafted in fantasy. He's carrying my team. Their team was up a lot, and I think he's a righty batter. He grabs the lefty helmet, so it has the shield on the other side, and goes out of the dugout. And the manager goes, "No, you're not doing that." Which I thought that's a good compromise.
That one I think is charming. I think that one's good.
You're still showing up. You're still showing up the other team. Come on.
Different. I think.
All right, so you say which one is? They're both wrong.
No, I think the Acuna one is just having it. Let the kids play. That one's goofy.
Let the kids play. Have you seen Fernando Tatis in San Diego? He has a spinner clock now. Have you seen this?
I've seen that.
That's absurd.
It's like Flavor Flav. That thing.
This guy who plays baseball comes back, and after he hits, I think 2 grand slams in a day or something ridiculous. Like that, he's very good. And they spin the dial around. That is absurd. That's absurd. I hit him in the head before I hit any of the other ones.
No, I hit the position player, the guy who teed off on a third baseman.
This is coming from a guy whose team is all injured, and you have backup after backup after backup. If you don't like it, have a deeper bench. Have another long man in the bullpen. That's all this is. Put more people in the bullpen.
You need guys on the bench. You see the Mets are throwing out there. It's a radio contest. You get to win. You get the bat for this team. They got guys that are just no one's heard of.
In a sport where I know it's a team game, but the unwritten rules thing, dude, like literally this Yermin Mercedes, I think is his name. He just made the team regularly for the first time. Still is a DH, doesn't even have a position.
No, he could slug though.
He can slug, but he was a nothing last year and the year before. He's only playing because Eloy and Luis.
He had a good year last year.
I'll look it up. But Robert and Eloy are both dead, which is why he's getting all this time right now. But the point is he could be traded, cut. Get your fucking stats, man.
So you think he could get the...
I'm saying tie this all back in. Would you rather be feared or loved? Hate me, fear me. I don't care. I'm going to do me. You do you. Same thing.
I wouldn't care if I was an athlete, if I was loved elsewhere. I got like Trout, who's just nobody has a bad thing to say about him.
Really? I have a bad thing to say about him because he's on a fantasy team and he's not playing. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Look at that. Is that the Mets calling for you to play?
No, that's Jenna's friend Lauren, who says who was supposed to get a shout out if she was listening, but she's not. So shout out retracted. She just texted to say she can't log into Facebook, and it's a whole thing. She sounds like she's 80.
It's a whole to do.
100. You can't get into Facebook. It's not rocket science. You just log on and there it is.
The other thing, I know you don't love when I ever just report the internet of things that I see and things that I do, but
reading the internet, yes.
There was one thing this past weekend that just killed me. The big thing on TikTok is like, tell me a time or what's something that you ever did for this or that. Well, it was on Twitter when somebody said...
I can tell you I've been on TikTok maybe twice in my life.
Most of the shtick on TikTok is when people just say like, oh, tell me something you've done without telling me, whatever. I don't care about that.
I'm 40. I don't do TikTok. I can't afford that shit.
Oh, I heard a great one today on TikTok, which is one of those I never would have known. In the Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody, where they go, Bismillah, no, we will not let me. So I had no idea what Bismillah meant. It's a conjugation in Arabic of a way of saying like, no fucking way. Like Bismillah. So it's like Bismillah. It basically is like, Bismillah, no, we will not let me. I had no idea. I learned that on TikTok. Yo, well.
I think you need to get out more.
I just went to kickboxing, Zach. Vinny's Hard Body Karate.
Vinny's Hard Body Karate. You should get a shirt. You should open that. Come on.
I never changed my name to Vinny.
Pretty much. You're in Central Jersey. Everybody's Vinny.
No, they're all Anthony or Tony.
Anthony. There's no H in there. Just Anthony.
So on Twitter, the best thing I saw was, what's something that was a high risk, low reward thing you've ever done? And from the bleachers, didn't say anything, just put the eye emoji, Monica Lewinsky. I was dying. It was great. That was so good.
Pretty good. So should I be on TikTok? Is there entertainment on there for me?
Yeah. This is one of those things that I've talked to enough people.
So grandparents dancing?
No. See, that's
like
the thing.
Nick Fleetwood.
You have to trust the algorithm, because when you first start off, it's going to show you like little kids doing dumb stuff. And then it's going to slowly realize you're a 40-year-old guy who likes seeing 19-year-old girls shake their tits. You're going to get golf stuff, and you're going to get the viral stuff, and you're going to love it. It's fantastic.
You have me at tits and golf.
It's literally all you're going to get. After about a couple of weeks of using it, the algorithm will, like, as far as I know, there's no men on TikTok, because I never get shown a man, ever.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Plausible deniability for the other thing, Maryland.
So we were talking about our haircuts earlier. So I had my first New Jersey experience where I was, sitting in the chair and the girl was making all types of chit chat and conversation. She couldn't stay on
the little lines in your hair.
No, I had Taz shaved in the side of my head, T-A-Z. And I said, "Can you make a little rat tail on the back?"
Oh, they love that.
Shout out.
They don't have it. They'll clip one on.
So this lady couldn't stay on one topic for more than 5 seconds, and then next thing you know, out of nowhere, she was just like, in the city, I'm all for the protests, not like when those animals start breaking stuff. And I was like, oh.
Did you ask her to go on?
No, she couldn't stay on a topic, and I kept on saying, like, because when I walked in, they were like, she told me her name, and I kept on calling her Liz. Like, I was like, "Oh, Liz, you're so crazy." And then when I go to check out, it's like, "Please rate Kim's service." I was like, I called her the wrong name for 25 minutes of his haircut.
That haircut took 25 minutes? You're like 9 hairs. That'll be $8.
She was talking so much, and she couldn't stay on a topic. And the best part, which I told Julia, is out of nowhere, she goes, she goes, "Are you married?" And I went, "No." And then she just turned to me, she goes, "Don't worry, it'll happen." Like, there's a lot of she never asked me
up to it.
She never asked me a follow-up question to it, but as she just said, like, "Are you married?" I was like, "No."
Is she married?
Yeah, she was some old broad. I don't care about her.
Broad? You're already talking terms.
A fangul.
You're like one step away from yelling at the waitress in the diner. "Where's that broad in back with my French fries? My gravy?"
Oh my God. It was great. So, Zach, I want you to vote on the schmuck of the week. All right. I got 2 choices for you again. 2 things I saw.
Giuliani, case closed. Is he on your list? Because he's the worst.
No, I did see, though. He's running for mayor, or what's he doing?
Governor.
Ugh, anybody can win now.
He's not being played by Chris Farley. I don't want to see it. That was the best. The old days, he was just, he's been insufferable since he's 3 years old, this guy. Awful.
I didn't know he was a person until he was running for governor. I had no idea.
Watch the SNL where Chris Farley plays him. It's fantastic.
Schmuck of the week, candidate number 1, newly single. Alex Rodriguez is starting a makeup line for men, which I don't know a single man that's not a mortician that doesn't wears makeup. I don't get that at all. Or
really, I'm all made up for this. I'm all for pissed.
Or number 2, Julio Jones, who's all in the media these days because there's rumors of him getting traded, he's wearing Dallas Cowboys swag and taking pictures with fans.
Bigger schmuck, Julio or A-Rod?
Yeah.
I would say A-Rod just in general, just his whole oeuvre. Because Julio's, he's campaigning. He's out there. Now he doesn't end up going to Dallas, then he looks like an idiot. But if he goes there and then it worked, good for him.
He's not going to Dallas. They have 3 wide receivers, and he's not going there. I don't get it. I'm just saying, do you wear another? I think you and I have talked about this before. You know that I wouldn't be caught dead in a Steelers jersey. Like, I have jerseys from a lot of teams, from a lot of players. There's no amount of money that would ever make me wear a Steelers jersey.
Yeah.
I said that to Julia one time, Julia being a big Washington football team fan. And I said, "Well, who do you hate? What's your equivalent?" She said, "The Cowboys." And I said, "Is there anything that could make you do that?" She goes, "If my kid is drafted or playing for the she goes, "Full gear." I said, "No chance."
Not my kid. No, I would do. There's a number, obviously. You could pay me enough to wear a Yankees or a Braves,
and it's lower than most people would think.
But higher than it should be. But no, just for free, if my kid was on the Braves or the Phillies.
Zoe marries the shortstop. Do you wear his jersey? Do you wear anything?
Fuck no.
Okay.
And I'd be pretty pissed if she's marrying the shortstop of the fucking Phillies.
Well, wait. You don't get to choose where you go, at least on your first contract or something.
I get to choose who she marries, and it's not that guy.
Okay, the guy plays for the stupid Mets and gets traded to another team you don't like.
No, the hell with him. He's
all
done.
Right. Zoe, you have a boy. Zoe transitions a la Ellen Page. I forget her real name now.
She got Mr. Knish.
Eric. Did you see she put out a topless picture this week?
Really?
Yeah. She has no boobies anymore. But I forget. I know this is like cancelable that I don't know her other name, but you know what I'm talking about.
That of this whole thing is what's going to get you canceled? Send me the picture. Anyway, do I wear the jersey? No.
Okay, so you're still saying A-Rod over Julio for wearing...
I say A-Rod because he's making men's makeup. If any of that is true, he's an idiot. What is he doing? A, he doesn't need the money. B, he could do any number of things to make money. Men's makeup? And by the way, he's also not likable. So he doesn't sell any products in general because you don't like him. What the hell makes you... Who's going to walk into, I guess the Clinique counter or wherever people buy makeup, a Sephora? Walk into a Sephora and say... Give me the full A-Rod. Doll me up with the full A-Rod. No way. Where are they going to sell this thing? A-Rod. All
right. A-Rod wins.
In the right sport. A-Rod's off doing something else. God help him.
I don't know where Julio's from. If he's from Texas, maybe that's a little bit better. But, Craig goes, if my kid plays for the Penguins, I'll just say that Penguins are not the same for me as the Steelers. That being said, I would go to every game. I'm just not putting on the swag. Simple as that.
I'll root for my... Maybe not. I'm not...
Oh, so you'll wear the jersey and root for the Mets?
What? No, I'll wear the Mets jersey, and I'll be happy if my kid does well. But I'm not going to loudly root for... I will not root against the Mets. I won't root against my team for an individual. Team sport.
The name on the back of the jersey is better than
I don't care. I don't want to see either one of them.
All right, well, we can debate about that more another time. Zach, are you ready for trivia? Because I have probably my most favorite trivia I've ever done for you today.
Is it A-Rod trivia?
No.
Go.
So we were talking earlier about things I care about, and I tell this to people, and they don't believe me. As much as I love football, baseball, UFC, growing up till about age 10, if you take all of those and multiply them, WWF was my favorite thing in the world. It was my everything. I thought it was real. I knew their songs. I knew their moves. I loved the WWF. And in honor of two wrestlers' anniversaries of dying, the Macho Man is 10 years dead as of last week, and Owen Hart is 22 years dead.
22?
22.
What about the lovely Elizabeth? How long has she been dead?
I don't know if you ever followed WWF, but if you want to have a field day, go look at all the people that have died and young. It's like 75% of them.
They're all juiced up. They're all crazed.
So tonight we are going to be testing your wrestling, WWF, WWE, whatever you want, trivia.
I lose it once the E shows up.
So do I. I'm going all old school. These might be too easy for you, but for some
of Bruno Sammartino, like old school, like our parents wrestling, or
90s.
80s?
90s.
Okay, let's go.
Actually late 80s, early 90s. Here we go. Question number 1. Randy Macho Man Savage, became the official spokesman for what food snack in the mid-90s?
Snap into a Slim Jim. Oh, yeah.
Okay, part 2 is going to be the thing. It is definitely a Slim Jim. Good job.
Part 2 is going to make me do the oh, yeah? Who did a better oh, yeah? Macho Man or the Kool-Aid guy?
I don't think he did oh, yeah. I think you added that.
No, he did oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Gorilla Monsoon.
Gorilla Monsoon.
It's great. I saw there's definitely somebody on Twitter, not verified clearly, that it goes with Gorilla Monsoon. I was like, what are these people doing?
Gorilla Monsoon's got to be dead by now, or at least 200.
So dead. Jim Ross was the young guy, and have you seen him?
No, not for a long time.
Jim Ross had a stroke like 20 years ago, and he still comments, oh, we got this good wrestling game going on here.
Good for him, then.
Question the second. Terry Bollea, otherwise known as
Hulk Hogan,
famously won a lawsuit against Gawker What did he win that lawsuit for?
Against Gawker.
He sued them for $100 million, was awarded $115 million, and
Get the fuck out of here.
settled for $31 million.
What?
It was like early 2000s.
He had a sex tape out. Something related to his sex tape. They filmed him illegally, I think, stripping somebody.
And they released the sex tape. That is exactly right.
Oh! Have you seen it?
Yeah, of course. They only released
like
10. They only released like a couple seconds.
The best part of it is that he says thank you at the end, like he's grateful.
Oh, you know the sex tape. I vaguely remember.
Oh, vaguely. You watched it this afternoon. I don't remember what he did or how he performed, but I remember him saying thank you at the end. I thought, this is Hulk Hogan. What are you thanking them for? It's pathetic.
What do you want him to do? Thank you for taking your vitamins for all the little boys and girls.
Just do it like this at the end, and right, and walk away.
What were your thoughts? And he does the ear thing.
Yeah, just walk away.
Are you kidding me? I am a real American.
Yeah, exactly.
He probably does do that.
He didn't.
Question number 3. Andrei Rusimov, better known as Andre the Giant, died at the ripe old age of 46 in his home country of...
Oh... He was.
You didn't see the HBO documentary.
I did.
Oh, how do you not know this? And it was all over.
Like Romania or something. No, I don't remember.
It's a bigger one. It's like a way more popular country.
Ukraine. I'm gonna say just Russia.
So if you watch the HBO documentary they did on him, where they showed he used to pregame with 4 bottles of wine. Like that was his.
Oh, he's in France.
Yeah, he was French.
Oh, yes, French.
Which makes
a barrel of beer to get him going.
Was that Ric Flair who goes, oh, yeah, he was proportional when it came to the downstairs, too?
Oh, huge, but sure, yeah.
Do you know how young 46 is? That's you in 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me and
much.
More. Question number 4. James Brian Hellwig, better known as the Ultimate Warrior, died at age 54. From what?
Didn't he have a massive heart attack from steroids?
He did. That's right.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you knew this stuff or not. I was like, all right.
Well, the Macho Man had a massive heart attack from steroids while driving.
Oh, that I did. Wait, I think he killed somebody too, didn't he?
I don't know. I
think it was like a driving.
Yeah, just
a hard left.
Something like that.
All right, this one I'm actually most proud of. Question number 5. Diamond Dallas Page, DDP, not Diet Dr. Pepper as we refer to in our friend group, but DDP
our friend group
from Point Pleasant, New Jersey.
Okay.
I got to start doing that now because I'm a Jersey guy. So like has become quite the entrepreneur. He was even on Shark Tank after his wrestling career, and he is making a small fortune endorsing his own line of
Diamond Dallas Page. I'm going to go with either cowboy boots or men's underwear. I'm going with underwear.
I'll give you a hint.
I'm going undies.
It's in the fitness sphere.
The fitness sphere?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a thigh master. It's not Suzanne Summers. Not that kind of money.
It's not Step by Step.
She was great.
Still, definitely.
With her or with any of the... She smoked shots. With that thigh master, she'd break you in half.
God willing.
Yeah. What did he make a small fortune? The fitness? I have no idea.
His own line of yoga DVDs. The DDP method. Yeah, apparently it's like I have it downloaded on my computer, and my plan during my unemployment was to actually watch it, take notes, and then just use it as my own like breakaway method with my patients. Of course, I can't market it, but I can.
That's your go-to yogi, Diamond Dallas Page.
I mean, Rogan raves about it. They say it's
you got to watch old school Flex Appeal with Kiara. Or Kiana, whatever her name is, from ESPN from like the early 90s. She was smoking hot Hawaiian who used to do like
Zach
fitness in middle age. Watch Flex Appeal. You got nothing to do it tomorrow.
I don't trust ESPN anymore. As we talked about during the day today.
It was the 90s.
No, I don't trust it anymore after what I found out and sent you today. Back to back AAU national champions. Fred McGriff, the crime dog, has never seen a Tom Amansky video.
Yeah, you know how many drugs he was on in the 90s?
All of them?
90s coke's a hell of a drug. I mean, come on. So, God, he was a mess. They were all messes back then.
I'm just saying, man. Like, I was
He's
like,
never seen it. Yeah, he was just paid to put the tie hat on and point.
well,
Just
he acting
drove a
is
dump
hard.
truck full of money up to his.
He did a decent job where he wasn't like, I want you to get into this baseball thing, right?
He did pretty much. He did the point. He did the high hat, square hat. Ridiculous.
All right, Zach. Well, this episode is going to come out Memorial Day weekend. I am going to be elbow deep in lobster rolls, which I will definitely take and post some pictures. What are you doing for Memorial Day? Anything?
I'm going to Massachusetts to play golf, and Zoe is getting her first golf lesson. So that's the thing. So
why would you do that to a poor Kyle?
why? It's great golf. I love golf.
The reason I don't play golf, which not my own line, is I don't need another thing to be frustrated with. She has you as a father. Like, leave her alone.
Yeah, so she's going to go golfing with me, and we're going to bond. It's going to be fantastic.
Yeah,
daddy-daughter golf events.
Her and her Braves boyfriend? Okay.
Yeah, the asshole he is.
All right, people.
No. Before we go, speaking of, I almost called an emergency BYD the other day because I was so furious about this.
Oh, about what?
I play Beat the Streak, which is a ridiculous game that you don't like. You win $5 million. It doesn't matter. I got 5 in a row on this thing, and they gave me a prize. And usually it's a scratch off where you get some impossible chance to win a World Series ticket. But one time recently, I got a virtual baseball card, and I saw red. I texted you at 8 in the morning. I was seething. Virtual baseball cards, that's where we are these days. NFT, virtual cards. You might as well just Google a player or like just Google men at this point.
Well, I don't think so.
I want to feel the cardboard. I want to smell the gum. I want to be able to turn it over and see the stats. A virtual card on my phone? Get off my lawn. I was so mad.
You'll get more of those. ESPN Beat the Streak is not sending you baseball cards.
I would rather the 94 Fleer set than a virtual card.
Speaking of NFTs and all that stuff, which we did cover, a month or two ago, YouTube is starting to sell some of the NFTs, meaning the one I saw, which I know my family loves, is the Charlie Bit My Finger.
That.
They're taking that off of YouTube because it is now a one
guy's property, right?
Yeah,
ridiculous.
Yeah. They're going to start taking it out. And what I was thinking of, maybe not next week, but the week after. So for people listening, why don't we do another participant best YouTube viral videos that we've ever seen? It might take a little bit more research for you and I, but in a couple of weeks, we'll get the rounds going and we'll do another one of those top 10. Like, people seem to like those episodes. I don't know.
Yeah, they were fun, but I was seething over virtual baseball cards. This is not the road I want to go down. Virtual cards. Ridiculous.
Might be worth something.
I don't care. I don't like it.
Get off my lawn.
Exactly.
I don't want to talk about what's on my baseball
I don't care
cards.
what it's worth. It's worthless.
Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. We did another episode. We're going to keep doing more. Rate, review, subscribe, download, do all the stuff. Tickle the like button. Tickle it. Tickle. This is fun. Zach, thanks for doing another one. AMC to the moon, baby.
And I feel like a schmuck, but yeah, I'm schmuck of the week.